This episode is sponsored by Betterhelp Online Therapy. Visit betterhelp.com/Padilla because sometimes existing is exhausting.
More than my subscribers, you're my friends. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/Jack or choose Jack's Films during sign-up and enjoy a special discount on your first month.
There's a few reasons why I'm making this video on BetterHelp. One of them is that there's a few YouTubers talking about it, and I am intrigued by that, and I think it's important to talk about stuff like this. The second reason, and this was really the inspiration behind this video, this morning I woke up, I go on IG, and if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, please do. Link in the description. Thank you. And I'm catching up on the stories of the people that I'm following. I'm watching some reels, and over the last 3 to 4 days, I've seen more and more BetterHelp ads, and this is one that I took from this morning. You can see the time, 11:14, and BetterHelp already doesn't have the best reputation. We all know they're extremely shady past, and even the new stuff they're doing, which is borderline illegal, and that's the reason why they got fined over $7 million, but we're gonna get into that. And I don't want to come across as a hypocrite. I've taken sponsorships before, never from BetterHelp. I just want to put it out there, and I don't have a problem with people taking sponsorships. I think if you can make money doing what you love, and on top of that, people want to pay you to promote a video game or a product or whatever, as long as you're not harming anyone or scamming your fans, go ahead, go crazy, you know, collect your bag. And the thing is, I draw the line at certain stuff. BetterHelp is the point that I don't want to cross, and especially when it's something as important as your mental health. Your mental health is as important as your physical health. We all gotta go through therapy sometimes, and that's completely fine. On top of it being expensive, we're gonna get into that. It's just a weird company with very shady practices. Just wanted to throw my 2 cents in. And I'm not saying that BetterHelp has never helped anyone in their entire lives. I'm sure some people have been helped, and that's awesome, which the idea is good. Don't get me wrong. Therapy online from the comfort of your home, it sounds good in theory, but in practice, and once again with the stuff they're doing behind the scenes, what are you doing? You had a good thing going for you, but greed just completely took over, and you know, they fumbled it. So let's start with the obvious one: pricing. I put myself in the position of a teenager, of a young adult, someone between 16 to 19, 20-ish, where they don't have a lot of money, so they don't really have that much money to burn. And it says the cost of therapy through BetterHelp ranges between 85 Canadian to 110 Canadian, which is around $66. That's just a good halfway point between 85 to 110, but if you want to go to 110, that's around $80. Definitely on the pricier side of therapy. Like, I know people in Canada that, you know, they've gone to therapy and it's like $90, $100. It's not that more expensive than real in-person therapy, so it's like, what are the benefits here? You know what I mean? If anything, this is just my opinion, all right, but I think this is more harmful because going to physical therapy, you gotta get there, you gotta get in your car, but you physically need to leave your house, which is good, right? If you're depressed, if you're sad, you know, putting on some bangers, driving, you might stop at the supermarket, get a few snacks, you know what I mean? It makes you want to leave your environment, your room, your house, whatever. And with BetterHelp, not only is it more expensive than traditional therapy, it's also in a way kind of keeping you inside. And I don't want to go full conspiracy mode and be like, well, they're trying to trap you, so now you signed up for the yearly plan and now you're going broke, and you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get into that, but you know, getting out the house, it's always good. Like I said, I'm not saying that BetterHelp has never helped anyone. I'm looking at the BetterHelp reviews. Courtney is a compassionate and realistic therapist. She also helps me think about things in a worldly manner and remember that I need to respect myself. I enjoy therapy with her so much, and I would recommend her to anyone. Review written after working with Courtney for 4 months, and so that's always good to hear. Here we have another one. Wonderful therapist. She is so attentive, listening to all my needs and concerns and providing solutions that work well. Review written after working with Betty after 1 year and 10 months on the issues concerning depressions. And you might be thinking, whoa, this is kind of a positive video for once. What, you know, what's the issue with BetterHelp? Well, I think it's better if I show you the video that's going kind of viral right now that pretty much kickstarted all of this movement. I like money as much as the next guy, but putting people over profits in this way, the way the company is doing it and violating their rights and their own TOS is disgusting to me.
The co-founder of BetterHelp assured me they would never do anything as crazy as secretly sell private mental health data from their users. We called it a far-fetched conspiracy and a gross violation of federal laws, state laws, HIPAA regulations, and their own terms and privacy policy. Which is why they were fined $7.8 million by the FTC last year for doing exactly that. Yeah, so the FTC proved that they have been sharing private mental health data of their users, as well as their IP addresses, email address, with companies like Facebook and Snapchat. This mental health data included answers to very personal questions such as sexual orientation, specific reasons for wanting therapy, possible eating disorders, and so much more.
This is so fucking gross, and I already knew this going in, and I still can't believe they genuinely did this. The people are trusting you with this information, very intimate information, and the reason why these companies such as Snapchat, Facebook, and others want your information is so you can start seeing ads that match what you're saying. You know what I mean? So if you say, you know, I'm a straight person and I'm here for X reason, right? Let's just take with a straight person that you choose when you log in, when you sign up to BetterHelp. It's all for advertisements. They're gonna be like, okay, let's not market LGBTQ plus to this guy because he's straight. What's the point of it? I'm trying to simplify this as much as I possibly can. The reason why they collect your data is so they could start showing up on your IG or your Facebook. If you still use Facebook in 2024, if you do, please delete that shit. That's the reason why they want the data. That's the reason why they're being sued, and they lost $7.8 million because they were giving the data that you gave BetterHelp. They were selling them, and every website does this, but a therapy website should never do this. This is what kills companies like these. It could have been a legit service that I and millions of people could have used, but now this is confirmed. These are not rumors. They genuinely just sell your data, and on top of that, their email address and their IP address so you can market to their specific location. It blows my mind. They could advertise that's around your area, so you're most likely to buy. It's fucking disgusting. And once again, I'm all about that bag. I love money, okay? My whole thing is, as long as you're making money and you're not hurting anyone else, go crazy, right? No real therapist would ever do this. And if a therapist ever shares exclusive information or super intimate, they could get fired. If BetterHelp has helped you, that's great. I'm glad. That's awesome. But you also gotta be aware doing some very shady stuff to something as important as mental health, and it just pisses me off.
Of course, when they were asking those questions of their users, they ensured them that they wouldn't be sharing this at all. Except with their therapist, of course. Yeah. Oh boy, can't wait what ads Facebook is gonna show me now that they think I'm an anxious, unemployed, widowed bisexual experiencing eating disorders and daddy issues. An ad for BetterHelp? Oh man! And those are just the lies they were caught on so far. And I mean, they've been lying about these ones for years. But you know, poor startup multi-billion-dollar company can't apologize for their actions. It's not their fault that they try to abuse goodwill of their users for personal corporate gain.
They got fined $7 million, but that's nothing to them when they have hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people using their services. It's like $7 million to them is nothing to this huge corporation when they're making hundreds of millions. I think a way to rival real therapy would probably be like lowering the prices and stop selling data of the people who are trying to get help for whatever issues they might have. Another thing that pissed me off was this goofy chart that says BetterHelp versus traditional in-office therapy. And then I hate all of these check marks and all of these X's. Messaging at any time. BetterHelp, you can. In office, you can't. Wages cap, phone sessions, video sessions, ease of scheduling, blah, 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 blah. You get the point. And here, if you don't know better, you're like, damn, BetterHelp is goated. Where do I sign up? Where do I put my my 3 digits so I could get this thing going? And if I'm not mistaken, most therapists, if not all, they have a phone, they have iMessage, they got WhatsApp, they got whatever. So you can message them, but when you have your therapist at any time, it could be good, once again, and it could be bad because then you're codependent on the guy or the girl. And if you build that codependent vibe with them, well, it's going to be harder to cancel your subscription. And I'm sure you can message your in-office therapist at any point. Right? Smart provider matching, whatever the fuck this means. Easy to switch providers. If you're unhappy with your therapist and get matched to another provider, I mean, you can just do this in real life. If you're like, well, I'm not really feeling the vibe with this therapist, they seem kind of sus, they seem kind of weird, you can get a new one. It's not like you're locked with them in the contract for like 2 years. Like, it's not impossible, dude. You can get a new therapist if the one you're currently with is not working. So this is just a whole bunch of cap. You can do most of these things in office. I don't know what they're pretending. This is exclusive to BetterHelp, and other psychologists don't have offices or phones. It's like, everyone, does. Come on, dude. And I do hope they change for the best because it's a good idea. It's the way greed has taken over it, and they want to sell your personal data to fucking Facebook. There's a way to have a successful company or a business and also make a shit ton of money. I do think if they lock in, they take their shit more seriously, they could become a good alternative. But the way it is right now is pretty shitty. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Please like it, share it, subscribe, notifications on. I will love you forever. And I'll see you next time, all right? Peace. Subscribe.